It looks like both players are ready. The second map is going to be Metalopolis. The third map, if need be, will go into Tal's Rim. But can Adelscott do it on this map? It's going to be very important to do so. If he doesn't, he could very well looking at going home super early in this tournament.
So without any further ado, we're going into Game 2 between Adelscott from Team Millennium.org and Sen from Fnatic MSI. The map is Metalopolis. And in the left position, we have the Frenchman down 0-1, the man with the amazing ability to take down anyone, but is always his own worst enemy. We have Adelscott. And in the south position, the Zerg player who has won the hearts of fans around the world despite not really speaking English very well at all. It is Fnatic MSI Sen. Already shown a very cool Overlord scout pattern.
Yeah, I noticed that straight off the bat. He went kind of diagonal and then is going to proceed here. And this, the reason why he's doing it basically is usually you see a Protoss player send out a probe to scout the area, just scout back and forth and see if that Overlord is there. And it doesn't look like Adelscott's going to actually do it in this game, but that is very smart, just a little change to Fnatic MSI Sen's play. And it doesn't really make too much difference, but at the end of the day, he's going to be able to get here and scout the gateway and so on without being really detected. And depends, he might even turn around from here or continue with his proceed.
Adelscott has not really yet checked out the outskirts of his base, so we're going to have to wait a little bit and see what's in store. And ooh, we see it looks like a 13 pool coming out for Sen. That's a very, very early spawning pool. Looks like he is extra leery of any sort of crazy pressure.
And looks like he's just going to park the Overlord just outside of the range. It looks like he might go into the range now. Indeed, he's going into the range of the pylon and gateway. So now Adelscott knows exactly where Sen has spawned. And yeah, interesting that we do see the spawning pool being chosen to go first, even despite going in with that Overlord and Adelscott not seeing it straight off the bat.
So, I mean, this is actually a pretty fun way to open up in Zerg vs. Protoss. You get your pool around 12. It almost guarantees that you will be able to throw down this expansion because you get those Zerglings so quickly. And even if it is getting blocked, you can get Queen and Zerglings up in time to pick that pylon off. So it's actually quite a good way to get a fast Queen. There we see the Queen going down. There's the gas guys are going up for Fnatic Sen as well. And Adelscott taking himself a very early second gas. Again, not going to be a fast expo.
Yeah, we'll have to see what he's going to do in this game. He might decide to go for some kind of sentry expand. We'll have to see, does Sen decide to try and bust that, or will he go ahead and take his third of himself? Two links are coming out now, will controlling Xelnoga Tower and also pop up and down the ramp. And that's what I've noticed from Sen. The majority of Zerg players go into some kind of auto drive and get 4 links immediately, but Sen actually cuts that and just gets 2, getting that extra drone, which really helps his economy.
Whoa, Zergling's going to march right past that Zealot. And with the Stalker coming out, this could actually potentially be bad news for Sen. He doesn't actually have that many Zerglings available. But once these larvae pop off, he can get a round of slowlings. But oh, look at this. Sen slipping right in the main. Adelscott taking damage already.
And a lot of probes being pulled off. And great harassment here by Sen. He might be able to get that probe. He does get one probe, but a surround from the probes there. And at the same time, Zealot and Stalker coming in. And only 2 extra links in production here. Looks like Sen is going to add on a bunch more links, though, to help defend against this.
But it looks like, oh, wow, the 2 Queens are going to have to do a lot of protection here. We see it's actually target firing drones. 3 kills on the Zealot already. 4 kills. A pretty successful attack by Adelscott. Looks like he is going to be going for a gateway. Oh, no, that's weird placement for a gateway. I would much rather see 2 gateways planted with a wall plus the Nexus.
And yeah, that harassment killed 4 drones compared to the 2 probes that were killed by that, and a lot of links here. Even though our slow can do a lot of damage, force a force field maybe from this sentry, so it doesn't really build up that much energy. And we'll have to see how Sen uses this at the same time, adding on a bunch of drones, added on speed, creep spreading really well, and in comes these lings. Will be able to kind of get a force field out of this sentry or not? That's going to be really important.
Well, looks like they're trying to swing around. Pylon, continue to close that off. Looks like the Zerglings are just going to try to do damage to the Nexus. Oh my gosh, they are doing a lot of pain to that Nexus. Oh, the sentries don't do damage quickly enough. And oh, he's forced to cancel. He didn't cancel it.
No, he didn't.
Oh my gosh, a gigantic blunder by Adelscott. He is effectively all in right now. I mean,
That is so big.
Mind-blowingly bad mistake by Adelscott. This is going to be a very easy win for Sen.
And even if he tries to build the Nexus up from here, Sen is in such a comfortable position, though I'm not sure Sen has 100% confirmation on that being cancelled or not. But there we do see the Nexus going up again from here. So Adelscott, oh, nice force fields though, but practically playing 400 minerals behind in this game.
Yeah, I mean, that was just a devastating mistake by Adelscott. You just absolutely do not want to be in that sort of situation this early on in a game where you are down unnecessarily 400 minerals. Unless Adelscott can do some amazing tactical decision-making like he did in Game 1, he is likely going to go out very quickly.
And Sen has opened up his supply a lot. I mean, we're at 47 out of 68. More drones being added on. We are going to see a third supply being, hatchery, sorry, being taken now. Few links have been made, but only drones, and he has such a comfortable position in this game now because of that cancel. There's basically no way that Adelscott can put decent harassment on him.
Looks like Adelscott is just going to add on extra gateways. I think this is a pretty smart play. Yeah, just going straight for 6 gateways. Knows he's relatively far behind, just going to commit to a big gateway push, but I think Sen's going to be more than prepared for it. We see him already massing up a lot of roaches, already trying to do more harassment damage with those Zerglings. Does he even have speed for them? Indeed he does, so he can easily dart in and out. Sentry's going to need to have some amazing force fields in this big last push.
And Sen opted not to go for a layer yet, which is kind of late in this game. We've seen a lot of players go for a very fast layer to get that roach speed upgrade, to get Burrow. But Sen opting because I think he kind of has identified what's going on quite easily here, is adding on a couple of spine curls and just going roach slings here. The drone count right now, 50 versus 36. Are we seeing any more drones be made? It looks like Adelscott should be gearing to go soon. We're at 9:20, should be looking to hit before 10 minutes. Now these warp gates have finished. Though, is he going to be pushing out soon? 2 more extra spine crawls added on, and this is going to be pretty hard to break down.
I mean, to contrast, in the last game, Adelscott managed to begin moving out around before the 8-minute mark, and we're seeing an even smaller force than last time at the 10-minute mark. Adelscott put way behind by that early deficit. Does have this one Zealot here to protect against a counterattack, but once again, this attack is going to need to do huge damage. The Spine Crawlers are up for Sen. They are going to do wonders to defend this push.
Ooh, and here he comes, trying to get, he might be able to walk into the base, but no, he's going to take a lot of damage from these links. No force fields yet, and this is just going to be so hard. I'm really, I don't even know what to say. Adelscott really can't continue with this. I mean, I guess it's his only option, but this is going to be so hard to break. Even a counterattack being set up and a flank coming in from Sen.
Uh-oh, huge flank upcoming. There's some nice force fields. Oh, the Spine Crawler's burrowing right in front of everything. He's going to have to throw down some amazing force fields and cut back to rejoin with these Stalkers. He's doing a decent job, but the force fields end just in time. He will be able to pull back. Adelscott still not out of the game yet.
But a lot of links, 32 links out now in total. It's a lot of links. Looks like he might be just using 50% of them to go for a kind of a counter-attack at the same time while this is going on. He has more than enough to defend this. 3 spine crawls, a bunch of units. No, it's not a counter-attack. It looks like a flank, and this could be really interesting.
I mean, great tactical decision-making by Sen, realizing there's some vulnerable spots back here by the natural expansion, extra gas getting added on by Adelscott. And you know, if you just wait for a very long time and build up a ridiculous amount of basic gateway units, you can often catch a Zerg off guard if he's been macroing on units a little bit too hard. However, Sen, a little too smart for that, already has his layer up, already has Evo Chambers up and running. And it looks like Adelscott is just going to pull back and begin to do a normal game.
It looks like he's going to go ahead and move a probe out to go ahead and try and get this third base. A link is there, and we'll be able to scout it. We'll continue with some pressure, though. This link will deny any third base going down. Money is very high for Sen at the moment, 1,400, dropped down a little bit. And more drones, just that is key how Sen is playing right now. A few drones here and there while mostly units being made.
Wow, and 2 extra hatcheries going down, exactly what he tried to do against OGS MC with not too much success. And now Adelscott moving around to the backside. I do not know if this is going to be a good play. Those force fields are going to have to be absolutely immaculate. And here comes the big surround, and ooh, not the best force field in the world.
Is he going to get some key? I don't know. These spine crawls are going down in another shutdown attack, it looks like, from Adelscott. It's going to be very hard to engage so many links. Actually, 59 links in total, so many. No upgrades yet have been started, though, from Sen. That could be his one downfall in this game.
He is getting the drop upgrade. Very, very common, very smart response. Whoa, huge Zergling counterattack coming in. We'll be able to pick off these Stalkers for free, but can Adelscott get there in time? He's moving down. Nice little control bit by Adelscott. Is he morphing in more Zealots up north? It looks like he has still devoted himself to this big Stalker force, but no third base again for Adelscott, who's now floating 2,000 minerals.
Wow, so many. And these both pylons are going to go down on this possible third base location, and Adelscott is going to go in. Guardian Shield is up. Where are the force fields? Here they come, but not the greatest force fields in the world.
Oh, not doing the best job cutting those off, and with the Zerglings rolling in from behind, he's going to have some very nice force fields to protect himself from the surround. Oh, he does not get them. Total surround by Sen. The Protoss army is getting obliterated. Force fields go down far too late, trapping the Zerg units in with him, and Sen with the cleanup. Adelscott close to 3,000 minerals, and there's the good game. Oh, Adelscott. Oh, that always is so painful to see any player performing well below their caliber. I mean, oh, in game one, that huge lead just tossed out the window by overaggression. And once again, we saw Adelscott totally losing focus.
And unfortunately, it looks like Adelscott will be leaving this tournament now, as he is 1-3, I think, and 3 losses is a definite bye-bye in this tournament. And unfortunately for Adelscott, we'll have to see him at another tournament in the future. But it is looking very, very positive for Sen now to try and clinch that second place in Group D down there.
Yeah, now for any of you who are unfamiliar with what is on the docket for the evening, it's Idra versus Kos coming up next. That's going to be one of the deciding matches of the group. Whoever wins that has a strong chance of getting second place in the group. Whoever loses that, guaranteed to be out. Also, coming up after that, we have some really big matches. July versus Thorzane, and Tarson versus Moon. Some huge games coming up, but I mean, I'm especially excited for Idra versus Kos.
That's the best out of the three, I think. I think Jelizig versus Thorzane is probably the most entertaining out of all three, but by sheer importance of how much this next game between Idra and Kos matters to both of these players, I think that tops all three.
Yeah, definitely. So do not move at all. We will be going to a brief break. We're waiting for Idra and Kos to wrap up their previous matches, and they'll be coming back with more group stage action. I am Day 9.
And I'm D'Apollo.
Don't go anywhere. This is Dreamhack Summer 2011. And a very big TVZ coming up after the break.
The faster, lighter protection. ESET Nod 32 antivirus gives you less lag and more frag for your Windows, Mac or Linux computer.